There's been another shark attack in Sydney, with a man bitten on the leg while surfing at Sydney's northern beaches earlier today. The man was pulled from the water by members of the public who commenced first aid before the arrival of emergency services. The man, believed to be in his 20s, was treated for serious leg injuries and is now in a critical condition. The incident is the third in just over 24 hours. Earlier today, an 11-year-old boy lucky to survive after a shark took a bite out of his surfboard. And of course, yesterday there was the mauling of a 12-year-old boy in Vaucluse. Police today praised the boy's friends for bravely jumping into the water to grab him after he was attacked by what's believed to have been a bull shark. So that's 3 attacks in 2 days. Is this just life in Australia, or is this something authorities should be addressing, Caleb?
Well, I will admit this is not my line. I have stolen it. But I have heard it suggested tonight that maybe we need to go Trump style on the sharks, or more specifically the fish and chip shop owners of Australia, and say that there will be a 50% tariff on all fish and chips that are not made out of bull shark henceforth. So we can use up the bull shark and get them out of the water. I think it's a great idea. I mean, just kill them. Look, I don't care whether you put up a shark net and it kills a few sharks, or smart drum lines, or whatever's most effective. I don't mind the means by which you do it. A shark that attacks ought to be culled. We're at the top of the tree. We have a right to go in the water, and all these people say, well, you know, it's the shark's home. What do you expect if you go into his home? Of course he's going to attack you. And, well, maybe it is his home. But guess what? We have, via this wonderful thing called evolution, risen to the top of the evolutionary tree, and we go in the water as well. And human life is more important than any other life, and we have the right to remove other lives and protect our own lives by whatever means necessary. And if that means sacrificing a few sharks along the way to turn them into delicious fish and chips, I'm all for it.
Look, obviously these events are tragic, and they do send a chill through the community. And, you know, it has to be said that declaring a war on all sharks just because of a few isolated incidents is irrational and does not make scientific sense. And I don't care. I want every single one dead. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. I hate them. They are terrifying. There is just no way in the world that any one of these things should be able to live another second after. I mean, maybe it's a reason why we should actually, ditch the gun control laws. So everyone can have all the guns they want, but only if they shoot the sharks. So as you can see, this is something of a... I wrote my very first column for the Daily Telegraph on sharks, and basically how we should kill them all, let God sort them out. Just kidding, they're not going there. Certainly, in all seriousness, this is not the time to be removing shark nets, which is what crazy, nutty, greeny, environmentalist councillors are trying to get the state government to do, and which Chris Minns, in his infinite wisdom, has said, no way, Jose, after the attack in DY. But also we need to be looking at ways to make our beaches safe. Clearly sharks are proliferating. We know that when they cleaned up Sydney Harbour, which is a bull shark's paradise, the Premier then, Bob Carr, bragged about the fact that marine life was coming back, and with that there were sharks. I remember when I first arrived in Sydney, I think a bull shark had a go at some kids, some school kids who were doing rowing practice on the harbour. As it turned out, it was okay because they were from a private school, but still, it is just absolutely... It is just absolutely terrifying that these things are everywhere. I also spoke, and I have to say, to the Navy diver who got his arm and leg amputated by a shark, and he became a shark advocate and said, no, this is exactly what you say. You know, we have to understand these creatures, and it is their territory, and we have to respect them. And I've suffered more than most at the hands of these creatures, and I say respect them. And he's made himself an expert in this, you know, in the years since his accident or the attack. And he is much more expert than me. But again, I don't care, because I just want these things dead. I don't even eat flake, but I will take it up if that's what's necessary to put a bounty on the head and a target on the back of every single one of these monsters. I mean, a bull shark is like the shark equivalent of Terminator. It can go in the waves, it can go in the still, it can go in salt water, it can go in fresh water. I mean, are we really going to let them? We won't be the apex species for much longer.
Well,
walking on the land.
Some of these attacks have been frighteningly close to shore. There hasn't been out deep in the ocean.
No, absolutely.
The 12-year-old boy was simply jumping into
There was
the
a
water
story
from the
of a bull shark taking one of the workers on the Sydney Harbour Bridge while he was washing his boots in the water, and he's washing his feet, and the bull shark just comes and takes him. Now, I may have made that up, but I'm sure I've
heard it,
somewhere.
so it was on the ABC, so it must be true. I think the spot at Vaucluse where that the boy was swimming, is right near Shark Bay as well.
Yeah.
So, we know there are sharks in the harbour, but surely we have the right to go out and safely swim.
And surely these 3 incidents in 24 hours will shut up all those crazy councillors who, as you say, there's 3 councils who have been lobbying the Minns government to remove shark nets. Surely that argument is done and dusted now. Shark nets must remain. And surely you can cull sharks in Sydney Harbour, which is populated by so many people, without doing damage to the general shark population. But we shouldn't have bull sharks overpopulated in areas where people are surfing and swimming. It's pretty basic, I would have thought.
Yeah, I think the plan to withdraw the shark nets is, dare I say it, dead in the water.
And so it should be.